a little thing called Murkrow. Just rolling for our Murkrow boss. Murkrow boss, Spotlight Hour thing, hunt, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, welcoming guys. Let me just get my chat up and running. So yeah, we have this along with a bunch of raids. A whole bunch of raids did actually just hatch as well. So I didn't realize that there was like a tier 1 raid thing going on right now as well. Did I not read the news? That would probably make sense, because sort of honestly don't really read anything to do with the game anymore. It's getting to the point where it's just like, I just wing it. Whatever's happening on the day, I'm just going with it. So yeah, apparently we have a raid thing going on right now as well. We might do a Jangmo raid. I mean, I don't need the shiny, so it might be worth doing the shiny hunting. Even though it will be a Com Day Pokemon at some point. Just lock myself into the car. No, I want to get out of the car. I want to lock myself in the car. So, let's get into it. Let's start hunting for our Murkrow. So yeah, unfortunately, it is another pretty average Spotlight Hour. The last couple of Spotlight Hours have been average. Not a great way to start this new season, to be perfectly honest. It seems like Niantic has just sort of given up. The event that's going on at the moment is fairly average as well. The old and young event, whatever it's called. Yeah, I don't know. To end the year, it seems like they've just not really given us anything. I know that we've just had a big event sort of thing, so that's probably got something to do with it. But if you want to keep people interested in the game, you're going to have to give us stuff that's actually going to keep the people interested. Yeah, I don't know. Murkrow, this was a shiny that took me forever to finally get my first shiny, but we do have a bunch of them now. How many shiny Murkrows do I have? I think it's several. Murky. Yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 shiny Murkrows now. So as you can see, not a shiny that I do need. So if we don't get a shiny tonight, all good. It is double catch XP tonight as well. So if people are hunting XP, that's a good one. And like I said, there is a whole bunch of raids that have hatched as well. But they're tier 1 raids, so easy solo. In them. The trail. There we go. Hopefully we don't have too many issues with the internet tonight. So how did everybody do on the weekend for the research day, which you guys probably are well aware that I did not partake in because I was recovering from my day on Friday. Sorry guys, chat also froze like usual. I should know by now to restart my chat as soon as the stream starts, just to get PvP has been hating you this season. Spent 400k on all your dust and still lost a ton. Lost like 4 days in a row now. Oh no. Maybe you just need to get good, Yeah. So yeah, I went to a big ass concert on Friday. It was like a music festival, not a concert. My God. It was a good day. Saw a bunch of bands, like Australian bands, along with some international acts, or Living End and Jet, which was good. 2 good Australian bands. But then at the end of the day, got to see Korn live. And oh my God. There was thousands of it. There's like 33,000 people at the festival in total. So yeah, it was pretty good. Me and my sister got up relatively close to the front of the stage, which was good. Like, we're still a bit back from it because of the amount of people, but we could actually see the stage. And after I saw the picture that they took of like all the people, I was just like, oh my God, I didn't know that the crowd was that big. So yeah, it was pretty hectic. So on Saturday, the reason why I did not, I said spawn. The reason I didn't spawn on Saturday, the reason why I didn't stream on Saturday was because I had no voice. because the screaming and the yelling and the singing along and all that sort of stuff that happened on Friday, yeah, I had no voice, and I had like a really bad headache as well because my back was really sore. So yeah, that is why I did not stream on research day, but that's okay. I didn't need any of the shinies anyway, so it was just like, honestly, there's no point me going out there and doing this research day because there's nothing that I need. And then yeah, I didn't do Lapras day either, just because, I mean, you can't do remote raids for them, so it was like, well, there's no point going out and doing this just because there's nobody around to actually do it with. But yeah, so as you can see, like, I got my t-shirt, my merch, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it was a pretty good concert, not gonna lie. But yeah, how did everybody else do on the weekend? If you guys did do your lappies and your research day, did you get any shinies? Get anything decent? Because honestly, like, until like Monday afternoon, I really did like nothing except lay around on the couch and just be like, my back hurts. Nah, I had a bad back leading up to the thing anyway, so that was sort of contributing to it. It wasn't just the concert and recovering from the concert. It was just my back. I was working out too hard last week and tweaked my back, which was not ideal. But we're here now, we're back into our rhythm, our shiny hunting rhythm. Unfortunately, tomorrow's raid hour is Genesect again, which is very disappointing. Since we had it last week, it was a lot more popular last week than I thought it was going to be, but after having it for a week and a bit, I'm not expecting it to be overly busy tomorrow night. We'll see how we go. But yeah, you'd think after all this time, Niantic would have realized that people don't really like 2-week-long raid bosses. It's too much. People don't need them. But we'll see how we go tomorrow. We might get a shiny. Surprisingly, Genesect is one of those shinies that I got when they first released it, so it's just a non-special move one. It's just, I think it's got like bug move on it or something like that. But yeah, since then I haven't been able to get another one. So if I get one, it wouldn't be too bad. It is a nice shiny. And if you haven't already, guys, please do smash that like button. Show the stream some love. Show Jimmy some love, because Jimmy needs it. Because people in my life don't give me enough. Everybody's being incredibly quiet. Nobody wants to talk to me. Why? Why are you guys being so quiet? Surely you did something on the weekend. Come on. Flies. Why am I getting surrounded by flies? Yeah, unfortunately, I think the rest of the spotlight hours for this month are pretty average as well. I think next week we get another double one. I can't remember what it is though. How's the dog? She's annoying. As teenage dogs are, I suppose. Teenage dog years, that is. Like, she's gotten to the age where she's just very annoying. She licks everything. And yeah, she's just pushing the boundaries very much so. Seeing what she can get away with, and so she's just become a little turd. How you doing, AJ? Welcome in. How you doing? Flies, go away. Oh god, where the hell did all these flies come from? It's not even that hot. Ah, it's like with the fly in my ear. Ah, that was really uncomfortable. Yeah, usually the flies are only this bad when it's like really hot. It's not that bad today, but they're being annoying. Ah, ah, get away! $35 on Monday. Yeah, luckily I don't do anything on Monday. No, it was pretty hot on Friday as well. It's like 34-ish or something like that for the start of the day. But then it was good because the rain sort of came in and cooled it off. So by the end of the day, it was not too bad. But yeah, I got a bit burnt earlier in the day, my shoulders. But yeah, it's been pretty good for the rest of the week. I was just spewing because this is like the one day where I'm going to be out in it for like all day. Of course, it's going to be one super bloody hot in the morning and like to early afternoon, and then it's going to be raining. And then yeah, for the rest of the week, it's been like mid-20s. It's just like, damn you, Mel. You did this to me on today, on Friday, and you also did during the wild area event. It was 38 on the first day, and then raining on the second day, and it's just like, God, why do you do this, Melbourne? Every day I'm out and about doing something, you decide to make the weather as bad as it can possibly be. Get our Melbourne weather. Got sun bleached. Nah, my shoulders got burnt, man. My hair is turning blonde again. It happens during the summertime. As soon as I start getting any sort of sun, my hair starts going blonde. So I have like blonde streaks through my hair, which is pretty cool. I have natural highlights. Make the women jealous. So they have to go and pay $200 to get their hair done to get highlights. I'm like, nah, I just go out into the sun for 10 minutes. So many little Murkrows. Hey, Becky. How you doing, man? Good to see you. How are you recovering? Should actually do one of these crabbies. I haven't done a den in quite a while. So let's do one. I haven't got a crabby yet, so may as well add one to the collection. I'm very hungry. I didn't get time to eat before I came down, so I'm very hungry. But I'm going to be making lasagna for dinner tonight, so it's all worth it. Got some leftover sauce, spaghetti sauce. Probably should have used Bulbasaur for this, but that's okay. Yeah, so I've been contemplating whether or not to do the Max Monday events, but I figure, honestly, there's not much point. Because they only ever sort of feature the tier 1 raids, and it's like an hour of just doing crabbies and stuff like that I don't really feel is going to be that entertaining for you guys, so yes, I don't want. Not too bad, still a little sore and back, the back of your calf feels kind of numb. Hopefully they'll let you start walking soon. Yeah, dude, that'll be That'll be good. It's good to see that you're actually feeling a bit better though. You massage it for you. Okay. You guys can organize your massages in DMs. You don't need to do it in chat. That's a little weird. And especially since you're like mentioning the whole baby oil thing. It's just like, are you Diddy? Are you trying to pull a Diddy? What's my ID number? I'm not adding people at the moment, guys. And also, I say this all the time. When you come into a stream, it's best you introduce yourself and all that sort of stuff, and be part of the chat and all that before you start asking for people's IDs, because it's just like, oh, like I just add random people to my. Most streamers aren't just going to add random people to their list because they're already full. So I do add people during raid hours and stuff. Why? Because I don't have room on my friends list just to add random people. And also, it is one of the perks of being a member of the channel, being added to the friends list. Sure I don't get run over. Wonder how long it'll take for Diddy to get sentenced. I don't know, man. I suppose they're still building a case, so it'll rely on how long it takes them to do that. Could take them months, could take them years. Yeah, the whole legal thing. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the bigger question is, how long is it going to take until he mysteriously unalives himself because of all the people that he could take down? When is he going to Jeffrey Epstein himself? Thanks for that. Sorry. Oh, sweet. Thanks. One of your a physio people gave me a massage. Said he normally not meant to do that, but it actually helped. Yeah, like massaging does help. It's why it's a thing. I actually went and got a new healthcare plan, like chronic healthcare plan, for my back just last week. So I've got, unfortunately I can't just do osteo, because I would just go to the osteo and get 5 sessions from the osteo. I had to split it across 2 specialists. So I got physio and osteo. So I'm just going to make some appointments, and I got to try and use as many of them before the end of the year, because then they don't roll over. So I'll have to get a new one at the start of next year. So yeah, I got that like last week. And I haven't done anything about it yet. So, because that's what I do, because of my inability to follow through with things. It's pretty cool. So yeah, sometime this week I've actually got to ring up and hopefully get in an appointment and try and, yeah, I probably won't end up using all of them, but if I can at least get 2 of the physio and 2 of the osteo done before the end of the year. We've still got a couple of weeks. Going to be missing most of the Hollywood actors soon. Actors, I mean, I think it's more so people in the music industry, but yeah, it'll be a mix of entertainment. Honestly, I don't think it's really that much of an like them disappearing. That is not the whole thing that's happening. Clean it all out, bring in a whole bunch of newbies. Sick of seeing Tom Cruise and everything. Yeah, I got that. Fly into my eye. Why, oh, why did that fly into my eye? Alright, we are 20 minutes in. Still don't have this shiny. As I showed you guys at the start of the stream, we have 10 of these shinies. Yeah. I can't remember how long it took me. It took me, 2 or so years to finally get this shiny. It was one of those ones that really eluded me, and then as soon as I got it, I just couldn't stop getting it. So it's like one of the shinies that I probably have the most of just randomly from the wild. Yeah, it's like Sneasel, this, and Makuhita are all 3 shinies that for some reason I just seem to not be able to get away from. So if I don't get a shiny tonight, I would honestly be incredibly surprised. What you're talking about? Oh, and last week when we were talking about the Steam sale and like getting games and stuff like that. Oh, of course. Oh, since it entered. I ended up spending like I knew that, like I said, I was going to end up spending probably a little bit more money than I should have, but I spent like $200 on games. But I ended up with like 10 games or something like that. So I was like, you know what? It's probably worth the money. So I was to buy this off. Did I get God of War? Yes, I did. Yeah, I got God of War, Baldur's Gate 3, Far Cry 5, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origins, Nier Automata. What else did I get? Ace Combat 7, because I like flying jet games. I haven't played one in a long time, so I was like, yeah, let's get that. What else did I get? Terraria, and I got Days Gone the other day as well, because that was still on sale and it was only like $18, so that was added to the list as well. What other games did I get? I don't know, they're all the ones that come to mind, but I think there's a couple others in there as well that I just can't remember off the top of my head. Probably got like a grand worth for like $200 because the game, yes. Not all of them are like full price, but it was like $70 or something, where it's usually like $90. So that one was probably the most expensive because it's like the newest. I was spewing that Stalker 2 wasn't on sale, but that's like just released. So I was like, damn it, I want to try to get that for a sale. But yeah, we ended up getting like a good collection of games. So the things that keep me going for a while. So yeah, now the problem is having enough room on my computer, because all my hard drives are pretty full. So last night I actually cleared up like 200 gigabytes on one of my hard drives. I'm like, cool, now I've got enough room to install at least one. No, but I installed Far Cry 5 earlier. Haven't played a Far Cry game since 2. Funnily enough, the original Far Cry game was like the first game that I started modding. So that was the game that got me into the whole modding scene when I was modding games. So yeah, I have a bit of a connection with the Far Cry games, and then yeah, played 2 when that came out, and then haven't played another one since. But supposedly 5's pretty good, so I was like, we'll get that. 6 was on sale as well, but 5 had better reviews, so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll get 5. Primal was the last one that you played. I can't remember whether I downloaded that like back in the day, like prior to. I laughed that one, I think. I can't remember. Might have been Far Cry 3, but then I just never played it. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, I was going through all my storage yesterday on like all my hard drives, I honestly have that many games installed across like all my hard drives. I need to get a new SSD and sort of put them all onto the one SSD drive. So yeah, that might be the next thing that I buy for the computer. Spend a couple of $100 and get a good SSD, like one of the chip ones, just because the motherboard that I've got's got a whole bunch of slots for cheap SSDs. So I might get one of them, and then yeah, use that as my main hard drive for games. But yeah, I was like doing not the searches, but the what do you call it? I don't know, whatever. Just checking the size of like each of the folders and stuff like that. And some of my games folders are like 800 gigs. I'm like, maybe I should delete some of these games that I haven't played in like 10 years off of this hard drive. I don't really need them. You got an SSD for hard drive and use the hard drives for games. A lot of games these days you need an SSD for, just because old hard drives aren't quick enough, like just basic hard drives. That's one of the issues that I had with Cyberpunk, because when I first installed it, I installed it on one of the other hard drives, and it wouldn't stream properly. Like if I was driving too quickly through the city, things just wouldn't load quick enough. Like the streets would be empty, there'd be no cars, there'd be no pedestrians, it'd just be like ghost town. And I figured out, like I was reading on, I think it was like a Steam forum, where they're like, no, you need to have an SSD, like it installed on an SSD, just because it won't stream fast enough. And I'm like, okay. So as soon as I transferred it over onto the SSD, it ran a lot better. So I was like, okay, well, there you go. So yeah, I need to get another one, because the only SSD that I've got in the computer at the moment is my actual like Windows installation drive, because I have separate, like I had the SSD was going to be my Windows installation, and then any programs that I install onto the computer were going to be on that one, and then my other drives were going to be like my storage drives. But I need another SSD now for the games, just for that reason, because modern games prefer to have SSD drives. So yeah, more money. Nice. Spend another $300 or so on an SSD drive. You're probably not playing, like, it depends on the game. Like, other games will run fine. It's just games, for instance, like Cyberpunk is a pretty big game sort of thing. It takes a lot of processing power, and as I said, things would load fine if I was traveling slowly through the city, like on foot or just driving slowly. But if you're going at top speed in some of the really fast cars, after a little bit, things just stop loading. So I think it was just, it's not going to be every game, but big games like that, for instance, are just going to have issues playing off a normal hard drive, like an old school hard drive rather than an SSD. Just because the reading speed off an old hard drive just isn't as quick as an SSD. So if you're playing games like Black Ops and stuff like that, because they're not, they're intensive games, but because they're not like fast-paced sort of things, that doesn't have to load things in like really quickly on a constant basis, it's probably going to be a handle off an older hard drive a bit better. But I'm also at the point where add another hard drive to the computer, that's like 4 hard drives. So I might have a new power supply as well, because I think it's like a 750 watt power supply. So between 4 hard drives, the radiator, the fans, the CPU, the graphics card and everything. I'm like, I might be running out of power soon. I might have to get especially if I get a new card. Like if I get a new card, like upgrade to a 30 series or a 40 series card, I'll definitely have to get a new power supply as well. Get like 1,000 watt. But my computer already generates a lot of heat. Like when I was playing Subnautica below zero, my room was like heating and I could feel like from the radiator, like the amount of hot air that was being pumped out of the top of the computer. I was like, damn, like my room is like 4 or 5 degrees warmer than it is in the rest of the house. I sure am. I've been live for half an hour. Do I have eggers on? Yes. Okay, we have an egg that is just about to hatch. It's a Pichu! Oh, nice one. I stunned the stop just that second too early. Oh well, I'll have to wait till we get back to the other stops to pick up another egg. Wait, do we have another raid day on Saturday? Wait, what's going on? I've sort of been out of the loop of what's happening in the game because I've been focusing on other things. What's going on Saturday? I thought you were talking about the Saturday that just passed. I'm like, wait, wasn't that a research day? Like, I know they're bringing Necrozma back because of the whole fusing thing, but... Necrozma Community Day? Wait, what? I know they announced the Community Day stuff, but wasn't that for just the featured Pokemon that we've had throughout the year? Ah, Necrozma Raid Day. Okay. I was just going to say, like, Community Day, that doesn't make sense. Okay, that's the week after. Oh, okay. It'd actually help if I read the news once. I find out what's happening in the game a few days before, okay? If it wasn't for you guys, shows how little like attention I pay to the game. I'm just here for the content, all right? I consume my own content. Okay, so we're gonna read the... Cool. Honestly, I'm not really fussed about Necrozma. I already have several shinies and several like 98%ers from Go Fest. We have 12 in my storage. Let's have a look. What do we got? Pretty average, not too bad. Shiny, not too bad. A background shiny, that's not too bad. It's like what, 93%, 93%, another shiny, 96%, a background, another shiny, another 93%, 90%. Okay, that's all of them. Yeah, so as you can see, I have several shinies and thought I had a 98%er, but we have like a couple of 96%ers and stuff, so it is what it is. I'm so good at this game. Yeah, I'm so good at this game that I don't play as much as I used to anymore. Honestly, when I was out on Friday at the festival, I opened my game once. I caught an Eevee and I named it Corn. That was it. It's like for the whole day, because I was just busy doing other stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, maybe I should open the game. And there was an Eevee there, so I just caught it. I'm like, okay, that's my daily catch. I'll maybe open the game again later. I don't know. I think after all these years, the dopamine just isn't there anymore. Like, I've come to realize, you know, my ADHD brain used to have an addiction for the game, used to supply me with all that dopamine, but that dopamine hit's just not there anymore. I'm like, I mean, I'll try. I mean, into Shundo, I mean, I'll give it a shot, but we'll see. We'll see. How you doing, Josh? Welcome in. How's it going? It's going all right. It's been a very slow com day. It's not a com day. It's a spotlight hour. Still got like 25 minutes left. Just seems to be one of those. I'm gonna say com day again. One of those spotlight hours, which is just dragging on a bit. Chick hunting. So yeah, that slowed off a little bit. I was talking to this other cool chick the other day. She's also a gamer. But yeah, see how that goes. But yeah, she's got that whole vibe that I like going on. It's like alternative goth type chick, and I was like, oh, this could end badly for me, but I'm totally in for it. Frankie from Houseos. Totally. Good old Houseos, my god. They need to do another series. Hopefully they'll do another series. Hey, that's a huge. Could be worse. It could be Dazzler. Squid Game's what? The new series? Is it? I haven't really been paying. It's a new series coming out next week. Bro. Murkrow. This is why I haven't been catching them. Because Murkrow is another one of those. We've been getting a lot of really annoying Pokemon lately. Last week it was Sableye, which is another incredibly annoying Pokemon to catch. Terrible IVs. You haven't played Pokemon in 3 days. Dude, I know how you feel. I haven't been playing much over the last week or so either. We were just talking about that. How, yeah. It's been a bit quiet. I think it's just the start. Like I said at the start of the stream, it's this season, like the start of this season has been very average. Raid bosses have been terrible with Genesect. The event that we've got going at the moment is fairly average. December also always seems to be a bit of a hit and miss. We do have the Christmas event later in the month, but leading up to it, it just seems pretty average. We do have Necrozma raid day next weekend, or this weekend coming, I should say, this weekend. Then yeah, we've got the December Com Day weekend after that, which I'll probably take fairly easily this year because there's nothing that I really need. There's a couple of evolutions that I want to do for stuff that I sort of caught afterwards. Special move. Other than that, there's not really any shinies that I need because I ended up with like 30 of each one of them. So I was like, how much storage do I really to give to more shinies that I just don't need? So yeah, we'll probably take it fairly easy. see how that goes. And it's like just before Christmas as well, the 21st, 22nd. And then we've got a raid hour on actual Christmas Day. So again, we'll see how that goes. Might end up skipping that one depending. Unfortunately, just because, you know, I think family and all that sort of stuff take priority over Pokemon since it's Christmas Day. Hundo Beldum. What about a Hundo Beldum? Beldum. Oh no, I was going to say Beldum wasn't a Com Day, but it was a Com Day Classic. No, we didn't get a Hundo Beldum. But honestly, I already have enough shiny Beldums and stuff like that I just don't really care that much these days. We've just been talking about how much I'm just losing interest. It's like Hundos and stuff like that. I just don't care about them anymore. It's just more stuff. You just really don't feel happy playing every day, and that's why you rarely play. No, that's cool, dude. Yeah, after 8 years of a game, you're going to lose interest in it, sort of thing. And as I was just saying, you know, it's getting to that point with me as well. I've been playing since the game basically came out, like a week after the game came out. And I've devoted a lot of time and effort into this game over the years. And it's just gotten to the point where it's like, it's just the same thing over and over and over again. There's no real new things being added to the game. Yes, they did the Dynamax, Gigantamax thing recently, but it's just a system that feeds into itself. You can't use them for raids. You can't, you know, invite people to the raids, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it just doesn't have the same appeal. But that's cool. And it's going to happen. People are just going to get sick of a game after a certain amount of time. But that's cool, because you've got that time to devote to other things, which I have been doing. Living my life, because, you know, I'm not getting any younger and all that sort of stuff, so may as well spend that time. I mean, I've been playing this game since I was still in my 20s, and now I'm nearly in my 40s, sort of thing. So it's just like, you know, that's a big portion of my life dedicated to like one thing. So time to live a little bit. Do some real life things. Alright, we have 15 minutes left. This shiny is being just a little bit difficult tonight. Sorry, I'm pretty sure this one is a full odd shiny as well, which is surprising given the amount of them that I actually have. What's my plan for Saturday? Host raids like I usually do. Yeah, I think it's going to be decent temperature on Saturday. That's alright. It's like, oh, do I really want to sit in the car for 3 hours? It's alright. Yeah, I'll just be hosting raids like I usually do. I don't have anything else on this weekend, as far as I'm aware. Best Pokemon player? Nope. I don't want that title. Other people out there that play this game a lot more, and honestly, I'm at that point now. I just don't understand how people can spend as much time playing the game as they used to. It's like, I just don't like, why? How come you still have that drive to keep playing this game so much? Like, I see Fleece's posts on Twitter and stuff like that. It's like, I walked 20 kilometers today and I caught 73 shinies. I'm like, dude, like, how can you still be that motivated? I suppose when you got nothing else going on, and it's what you've created your online personality to be, you don't really have a choice. So I think there is a few people in the Pokemon creator space, like Pokemon Go creator space, which feel a little bit stuck. They have to keep making the content and have to keep playing the game as much as they have been, just because that's what, you know, they've built their thing up off of. If I grinded really hard in 18, 19, would have been... I've never been that, like, I've always just played the game at my own pace. I've always had other things going on, so my interests have always been different in the game as well. I've always just been a shiny hunter. I've got no interest in grinding Stardust and XP and being level 50 730 times. That's why I'm still at level 46 at this point, because it's just like, I just don't have the desire to be that person. You feel like if you keep playing, you feel like your bank is going to drain. Yeah. And the only money that I really spend on the game now is for raid hours, just to buy raid passes to do raids with you guys, like the raid days and big events and stuff like that. I'm not putting money into the game on a daily basis. Still spend more than... Like, honestly, the whole idea of me becoming, like, a content creator for this game in the first place was to be a free-to-play player and teach people how to play the game as a free-to-play player, because for ages I was. It wasn't until Niantic introduced ticketed events that I actually started spending money on the game. Otherwise, I would have happily have stayed a free-to-play player and just teach people the tactics that I used to use to actually be that free-to-play player and still be able to play the game, you know, successfully and do raids and all that sort of stuff. So there was a bunch of stuff that I would do to earn coins and used to do all the gyms like every day, and then there was the Google opinions and stuff like that, just to earn that extra money on the side from doing surveys and stuff. That's the word I'm looking for. So you'd be able to spend a bit of money here and there, but it's like, it wasn't money that was coming directly out of my pocket. I was just doing like 1 minute surveys. You do like 3 or 4 of them, you earn $1. That's a raid pass. So yeah, there was a bunch of stuff like that I was doing. But then yeah, they started doing the actual ticketed events, and now it's just got to the point where every single event has a ticketed part to it. So it's very difficult to be a free-to-play player. So I know a lot of people that used to be free-to-play players have just given up on the game because you just can't do it anymore. Which is a shame, because I think that was one of the biggest appeals for the game back in the day, that you didn't have to spend money on it to be able to play it. Unlike most, you know, mobile games. But then yeah, somewhere along the line, Niantic just got very greedy and was like, you know what? We can start charging people a lot. But this is back when they were still making a lot of money, because the player base was so much bigger, so they were still making up that revenue from the people that were spending money on it, so they didn't really have a need to put as much paid content into the game. But these days, because, you know, the player base is so much smaller than it used to be, they're still trying to make that revenue that they were making back in 2016, 2017, 2018 by charging people a lot more. I mean, look at the wild area event, for instance. You bought the ticket just to be able to get the bonuses and stuff like that, but then there was also tickets on top of tickets. So if you wanted the extra safari balls, you had to pay that little bit extra. You could do the raid segment of it or that egg hatching segment of it, and then you'd have to buy those tickets on top of it as well. And yeah, it became a very greedy event, that one. And unfortunately, I think that was the benchmark of what the events are going to be like moving forward. I think every big event now, so the tours will have a ticketed part. Even though the tours are a free event, I still think they're going to have a ticketed segment to them this year. Sort of thing. GoFest will be the same, or they'll just have, 5 different tickets that you can buy just to get all the bonuses. Lucky no tickets for Spotlight Hour or Raid Hour. You still have to buy raid passes for Raid Hour, so it's still technically a paid thing if you really want to participate in it properly. Yes, you can use your 1, maybe 2 daily free passes if you've saved it from the day before. But if you really want to partake in it, especially if it's a decent boss, you got to spend that money to buy remote raid passes or in-person passes. So it's really only Spotlight Hours. But don't give them ideas, alright? They'll start putting a ticket in. Like, there could be, like, if you want to do, like, get increased shiny odds for Spotlight Hour, buy our $1 ticket. I mean, Com Days were like that for a long time. They were like a non-ticketed event, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we can charge people. Like, yes, it's only like $1, depending on where you are in the world, but it's still, they have 500,000 people buying that ticket. That's, $500,000 plus that they're making. Right, we have 8 minutes left. But yeah, as for the content creation for the game, you can see just a lot of the bigger content creators have started to drop off on the amount of content that they're creating for the game as well. So Mystic 7 doesn't really do content for the game anymore. He's got his other stuff that he's doing. Nick only releases a video every so often. Zoe's slowed down on the amount of videos that she's doing. So yeah, I think just across the board, everybody's sort of getting to that point where it's just like, well, it's just not as entertaining as it used to be. Which is sad to see. I always knew that this point was going to happen with the game. But back when I was really invested in it, I couldn't imagine what the world would be like without playing Pokemon Go. But now as it keeps going on and on and on, and I am losing that bit of interest in it, I'm just like, probably won't be as hard as I envisioned it would be, a few years back. To be honest, you don't know why you still play this game even though you don't feel fun. It's because of the amount of time that you've already invested in it. I know that there's a lot of people that are like that. They're like, I've already invested so much time and money and effort into this game. It makes it hard to walk away from it completely, because you're going to feel like all that time that you spent, all that money that you spent was just for nothing. I've got friends that I've met through playing the game that exact way. They still have the game open when they go out for runs and all that sort of stuff, but they don't actually play the game much anymore. And yeah, they've even said the only reason why they still play it is because they just feel like the amount of time and that they've put into it would just be for nothing if they didn't keep playing it, sort of thing. So I think, yeah, a lot of people are like that, such as yourself. So you'll probably keep playing it on and off until the game finally gets shut down, which, will be whenever. You just play with your old account nowadays. Is it a account that you still have to work on building up? Because that might be the reason why as well, because you've already maxed out your main account, so you're just like, well, I may as well start a lower account, because then, that at least gives me something to do. You're giving yourself a reason to keep playing because you've got goals that you can still accomplish on that other account. Also, guys, if you haven't already, please do smash that like button on the stream. Show some love. Even though we're just walking along, clicking on Murkrow. we're shiny hunting, but we're having a good discussion about where the game is going, where we feel the game is going, how we feel about the game, you know, all that sort of stuff. These are important conversations. Can't always be joy and happiness. Got to be realistic. Your old account is only level 30. Well, there you go. It's still an account that you've got to work on to get to places and catch Pokemon on, all that sort of stuff. So that's probably why you're still focusing on that account more. And you don't plan on spending money on your old. No, that's fair enough. I mean, I have a second account as well, which I've had for ages now. I don't even know what level it is because I haven't used it for a while. I know that it's not at level 40 yet, but yeah, I've never spent money on that account just because it's always just been a second account that I've used to kick myself out of gyms if I needed to, or if we didn't have numbers for raids, I can sort of use that account to make up the numbers. Alright, 3 minutes. Can we get this shiny before we run out of time? It's not looking likely. As I said before, I'm actually surprised if I don't get this shiny, because we have 10 of them. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Everything has to come to an end at some point. So we are definitely closer to the end of this game than we are to the start of it. I mean, what we're going into Generation 7 at this point. We're going to start rolling out more Galarian stuff. Wait, is that Gen 7 or Gen 8? It's Gen 8, yeah, Gen 8. 7 is a Alola, we just had a lot of that stuff being released. So, I mean, we'll probably get Generation 10 soon-ish, depending on how fast the Pokemon Company wants to push it out. Where it's already been, what, a year and a bit since Scarlet and Violet came out, so if they want to do the 2-year turnarounds, then yeah, we've got less than a year until another generation will be released. So I'd say that people will keep playing, and even the long-term players like ourselves will probably keep picking it up and playing it until the very end. But we're just not as dedicated to the game anymore as what we used to be. And that's, like I said, that's fair enough. It's just the way it goes after this many years of playing the same game. And I don't know if you guys saw, but recently the Simpsons Tapped Out game, they announced that they're shutting down the servers for that. And that game has been around forever. But yeah, you can't download it off of their Play Store or App Store anymore. The servers are getting shut down in February, I think. So yeah, the people that are still playing it, that have been playing it for years, like they can still play it until the day that they shut down the servers. But yeah, it shows that after a while, everything has to come to an end, including mobile games. So it'll be the same with this. People will continue playing it until that day, I suppose. You're at level 47 right now. Yeah, so I can be at level 47 if I just do the tasks that I need to do here, which I've been sitting on for probably 2 years now. I should do it at some point. We might do it before the end of the year. That can be like our before New Year's resolution. Just be like, all right, before the end of the year, we have to get to level 47. And all I have to do is just max out 3 Pokemon, which I can easily do. And there we go, guys. That is the end. So we did not get our Murkrow tonight, but that is okay. Oh my god, these flies have been so annoying tonight. But we're already halfway around, so we may as well finish this lap that we're doing. So who knows, we might pick up another random shiny, which would be nice. If I'm going to pick up any random shiny, I wouldn't mind a Wimpod, given that it's a shiny that I still do need. You watch, I'll get a Bulbasaur or a Caterpie. or in Ekans. But yeah, that Spotlight Hour definitely seemed to go a lot longer than always the ones that drag out, like the ones that you don't really care about seem to be the ones that just keep dragging and dragging and dragging. Nine likes, guys. Let's see if we can get it to at least 10. I wasn't expecting tonight to be very busy, so that's all right. But yeah, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Couple more. You want to work and earn money instead of play? No, that's cool, dude. Like, earning money is important. You've got bills and stuff to pay, so you know, there's other things that you can spend that money on as well, rather than... So yeah, if that's something that you want to do, definitely do that more. Like, that's what we've been talking about for like the last half an hour. Just, you know, yeah. Oh, it's something that I've been doing for like the past year and a bit now. My priorities have shifted away from the game as much as I used to, because I used to spend, you know, every waking hour playing the game pretty. But then yeah, I started working out and started getting my mental and my physical health back on track, and have a place for the game, like, because what sort of got me out into the world and started getting me socializing with people again, and started me on my fitness journey. But my fitness journey has also evolved from the game. So yeah, it was the catalyst that started to make me work towards doing like things to better my mental health and things to better my physical health. But it's, yeah, as I said, it's gone past that now. We're doing other stuff now with our life that don't involve the game. How you doing, Negan? Welcome in. Welcome. No shinies? No, I didn't get a shiny tonight either, but that's okay. I do have 10 of them already. So we didn't necessarily need the shiny. It was double catch XP tonight, so that's something else that I wasn't particularly interested in. I mean, it could have been doing a bunch of catching, but Murkrow is annoying to catch. So. You're going through mental health stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, the modern world that we live in, because of social media and just life in general, things are a lot more hectic than they used to be. So a lot of people go through mental health issues. So it's definitely something that you should put at the forefront. So if you need to start therapy, see a therapist, do things that make you happy, spend time with family, friends, even just go out for a walk, you know, get out into the real world, walk around, take it in, don't be stuck to your phone, because that was one of the things that I was focusing on when I was playing Pokemon Go. When I'd be out and about so often, I'd still be stuck on my phone. It's like, yes, I'm out in the real world, yes, I'm playing, you know, out walking around, taking in nature, but I'm still glued to a phone all the time, just because I'm like, oh, I gotta catch the Pokemon, gotta do this, gotta do this. That's one thing that I want to do, is just not be so focused on the game. Actually take in your surroundings around you, like when you get out into nature. Actually get out into nature. You didn't need it either. Yeah, it's not the best shiny. It could have done better Spotlight Hours this month. They've all been a bit average so far. You have mental health issues, really bad panic attacks. Thankfully, I don't tend to get panic attacks anymore. I've had a couple in my life. But anxiety used to be something that I really struggled with, but I found ways to get better at that. Streaming and stuff, I think, has been one of the things that has sort of helped with that. Just doing this in general and talking to you guys, like just being in a public space and talking to myself, for instance. I'm not so much talking to myself, I'm talking to you guys, but just getting over that fear of, oh, everybody's watching me, but people are just minding their own business and doing their own things, has definitely been something that's helped me realize that you're not being watched all the time. People aren't paying attention to you 24/7. So like I said, they're worrying about their own lives. Everybody's doing their own things. Helped with my anxiety. Other things that I've done and doing over the last few years, exercising on a regular basis, that's another thing that sort of helped. Just forcing myself to become more social. So, as stupid as it sounds, getting onto dating apps and actually talking to people on a regular basis has been something that's helped with that anxiety as well. Becoming a lot less anxious about interacting with people in a romantic / physical way. Yeah, that's also something that's definitely helped. So yeah, there's things that you can do to definitely help with the anxiety. Also realizing that I more than likely have ADHD, and of recent also been looking into autism, and I'm just like, hang on a second. I think maybe I also might be on that spectrum. I don't know. Might have to be something else that I go and also get tested to see if I'm on that spectrum, because that would make a lot of sense with some of the things that I have going on in my head and the way that I interact with people and social anxiety and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not going to self-diagnose or get into any assumptions about that one. We'll get tested for ADHD first, but I'm pretty sure that's a definite thing, given my sister's got it and all that sort of stuff, and it's a genetic thing. It's like, nah, okay. So yeah, we'll get that one tested first, and then, like, even my therapist was like, do you think you might have autism? Like, oh, I don't know, maybe. So if my therapist is like, I want to look into it, it might, if other people are recognizing the signs of it. So it's, yeah, I don't know. You have anxiety towards people, so yeah, social anxiety. A lot of people do have social anxiety. As I said, there is ways to overcome that sort of stuff. Just getting out and being around people, even if you've got to force yourself to do it. You don't have to talk to people, you don't have to, actually interact with these people, but just being out and about and around people. So, go to a music festival, go to the movies by yourself, go to, a big event like PAX or something like that. Again, even if it's just by yourself, you're around people, you're exposing yourself to that sort of environment, and it does help you sort of get over those anxious feelings. PvP, yeah, I suppose we can do PvP if you want. I'm just out here giving people advice on social anxiety and autism and ADHD and depression, and I've dealt with all of this stuff, so I feel like I've got some sort of dog in this fight. I feel like I got information that I can really relay to you guys, experience dealing with this stuff. That's why one of the things that I was talking about starting a second channel was going to be along the lines of that stuff, sort of like self-help stuff. So it wouldn't be a gaming channel or any of that sort of stuff. It would be an actual serious channel where I would make videos about these topics and give people advice on, things that I've learnt over the years dealing with it. And yeah, social anxiety, even like right now. Well, I mean, are you talking about just being in the chat and talking about this sort of stuff, or in general, like people that you're around in real life. Because if it's people online, don't. It's just people online. Think of them as just, yeah. I mean, they're people, but there's stuff that you don't really need to be anxious about because it's just names and chat on the screen. Just in general, okay. They're experimenting with your meds. You don't want them to. Well, have you told them that you don't want them to? I'm assuming you mean like they're alternating doses and like, or they're giving you new medication or something like that. I mean, tell them that you're not really down for it. But I suppose at the same time they're trying to see if something else is going to be like help you better than what you're currently on. I know it's difficult because you may have found something that you think is working, and medication can be a very difficult thing to deal with as well. Like I got friends that have got ADHD, and some are medicated, some aren't. Like my sister's medicated, and she seems to be doing well on Vyvanse. But I've got other friends that don't like to be on medication because they're like, nah, it just changes me too much. So that was also one of the things that my therapist was talking about. Is like, if you were to get assessed and actually get the tick off, like, yes, you do have ADHD, would you want to go on medication? I'm like, well, I suppose to give it a shot, see if it changes anything. I think if anything, I think the main reason why I want to get tested, like I'm already fairly certain that I have it, sort of thing. I think it's just being aware, like not aware, but I think just having that confirmation that yes, you do have this, so I can be like, okay, this makes sense. This is why my brain is this way. I think that's what I want it more for than anything else. It's not so much to get medicated. It's just to be like, okay, just to give me that reassurance that, okay, it's not just me being crazy. It is actually something that I'm dealing with and something that I need to address. All right, that'll do. I'm not really thinking about teams right now. Changing meds, lowering doses. I mean, I suppose you don't really want to, like, I don't know, it's hard to say because medication works different for different people. But personally, I'd want to be taking the least amount of meds as possible, especially when it comes to stuff that affects the brain. Just because a lot of medications like antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication and stuff like that, we just don't know enough about how the brain works, especially since it can be so different from person to person, and because of neurodivergence, which can make up ADHD, it makes up autism, it makes up bipolar, it makes up, borderline personality disorders, like all of that sort of all that sort of stuff. There's just different ways that the brain works. So being on the medications are just hard to really, what's the way I'm trying to put this? It's very hard to concentrate on a conversation when I'm also battling at the same time. These are the things that are just difficult to function with. Sorry, my brain, I'm all over the place because I'm concentrating on battles at the same time. How do I want to put this? I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. Maybe battling right now isn't the right thing to do because I'm trying to have a conversation and not thinking about it at the same time. Just the way that the brain works, like medications probably aren't the best way to go when we don't know what these medications are actually doing to any given person, because the brain and the mind and all that sort of stuff is so complex. That's not what I wanted. So, doesn't matter. Scary Stories. How you doing? Welcome in. But screw them, you're experimenting too. With your own medications, or? Yeah, I'm not really in this, but like I said, my brain is split between multiple things at the moment. I'm trying to have a conversation and battle at the same time. I'm not really concentrating on the battle. GG's. Like I said, I wasn't really in that battle. Hey, the wind has picked up a bit. Oh no, with you're experimenting with their wait, so you're changing their medication? Or you're experimenting with the medication that they are giving you? It's like, little do they know that the doctor, I'm actually like putting caffeine tablets in his antidepressants. Red candy, nice. Changing those on their meds. Again, I'm assuming you mean the meds that they're giving you, since you wouldn't have access to their medication. Again, I was just joking by saying that, because that's what I do. Make fun of difficult difficult conversations, because if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Well, there's a Charizard nearby. Yeah. It's all the way over there, so unfortunately I think I'm a little bit away from that. We might get it on the way home. We'll see how we go. You got the doctor to approve up in here. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to know what's best for you anyway. Like, they can experiment with them, but you're the one that knows how this medication is affecting you on a personal basis. So you should always be the one that says yes or no to anything. You can always agree with them if they say, hey, we want you to try this. But like I said, at the end of the day, you are the one that knows yourself better. So you're the one that has to make that final call of whether or not you actually want to do something and you want to try something out yourself. Like, I even said to my therapist, like when I went and saw him last time, that I'd sort of stopped taking my meds. I haven't been taking them for ages, like years at this point, just because I didn't think that they were working. I was like, no, I'm doing my own thing. I'm trying, alternative medicines. He's like, all right, if that's what you think is working for you, cool. Like, so at the end of the day, they're going to let you do what you want to do, just because, you're the one that's in charge of your life. And it's just like, if you think that they're like your alternative medicines and, what you're doing is helping more than what these were, then do it. Like, hey, Gorllapod likes, nice. Cheers, guys, for hitting that thumbs up button. Yeah, it's been a very average spotlight hour tonight, but that's what it is. One thing that I've noticed is my battery has been a little bit. I think because I filmed on Friday rather, for like the whole concert. So it was like an hour and a half worth of filming. And because I had to keep chucking my phone on and off the charger, I think I fried my battery a little bit. So my battery is one step closer to dying completely on this phone. So I don't know, I might have to update my phone again sometime next year. This phone still works fine. Like the game runs fine on it. It's just the battery life that is a bit old now. So I could just get a new battery installed, but I just had my phone fixed. I was actually contemplating when I got my phone fixed the charging port. I was like, maybe I should get a new battery installed at the same time, just to, kill two birds with one stone. That's all right. You're updating your phone tomorrow. What are you getting? I was on my way home on Friday. Me and my sister have gotten to the train station to jump on the train to come home, and went into the toilet before we jumped on the train, and the stall that I walked in, somebody had just left their iPhone just sitting there on the toilet paper dispenser. I could just pick it up, but I was like, nah, that's bad karma. And I was like, I could take it and give it to somebody, like the lost and found, but I don't know where that is, sort of thing. So I was just like, because we're at Southern Cross station, I was just like, I'll just leave it there, because who knows, they might come back and grab it, or somebody else. So yeah, it's just like, we'll just leave it where it is. So yeah, I could have got myself a new phone, but I decided against it. I was like, nah, I can't do that. I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. If I left my phone there, I wouldn't want somebody taking it. So I won't do that. Which, I mean, probably shows that deep down inside, I'm actually a good person. Because I easily could have just taken this person's phone, but decided not to. Yeah, I have no idea. You're just up to... Okay. Surely you should have some ideas of what type of phone you want to get. Are you going to go with Android or Apple? Because they're basically the only things. Unless you want to get a Nokia. But I suppose that's still Android, yeah. So, yeah, Android or Apple. Android. That's the way. Apple phones suck. To all the Apple people out there, why? It's just a fashion accessory. iPhones. Probably Samsung. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get Android, Samsung is the best thing to go with. They're the most well put together phones out of sort of all the Android phones. So that would be my suggestion. I mean, I've had Android phones, Samsungs for ages now. It's been my choice of phone. But yeah, they're just probably the best put together of the Androids. Alright, we are almost back at the car, guys. So yeah, been a quiet stream tonight, but that's alright. Honestly, I'm getting to that point, like, because we've been discussing it like the whole stream, just not really have the motivation to play the game anymore, like so many of you guys. So it's just like, when it comes to streams like this, I'm just like, I don't even want to come out and do it. I mean, it's Murkrow. Nobody wants Murkrow, but I think it was a good stream to get back into the hang of it since last week, since we didn't do any of the weekend stuff. But yeah, we'll be streaming again tomorrow. Unfortunately, it is Genesect again. So if you guys are interested in getting into some Genesect raids, we'll be here hosting some of them. And then, yeah, on the weekend, we've got the Crozma raid day, rather. So that's what we'll be doing on Saturday. I'm assuming that's the reason why we haven't really had decent raid boss leading up to that. Like, the last couple of weeks have been Genesect, because they're like, people will probably be spending more of their money on Necrozma instead. You do a few Genesect. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have people coming and doing a few of them. It's an easy raid boss to do, so we don't need that many people. But yeah, as I said, I think most people will be saving their their passes and their money and stuff like that for the weekend, which is fair enough. Necrozma is a lot more entertaining and a lot more appealing than Genesect. And we do have ourselves a little bacon here. Spicy bacon. Unfortunately, not so spicy bacon. I shouldn't talk about food because I'm hungry. I need to go home and make my lasagna. I didn't even check to see if we've got lasagna sheets at home. I will buy some on the way home just in case. I'm gonna go to the supermarket anyway. So yeah, as I said at the start of the stream, I did buy a whole bunch of games weekend because the Steam autumn sale. So I have a whole bunch of things that I can actually play. So I've been contemplating whether or not I'm like, maybe I should start streaming other. Like I've been saying it for a while now, and like a whole bunch of things. So I'm like, maybe we can start doing some of that. But then at the same time, I'm like, most people are here for Pokemon, and I don't know. It's my channel. I can do what I want with it at the end of the day, can't I? So I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing some other games other than this. Other things that I can actually be excited about playing. Might be a little bit more enthusiastic about playing some of these other games than playing Pokemon Go over and 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 over. Doesn't mean that I'll stop streaming it. It just means that we might branch out a little bit, start playing some other things. Like I said, I still want to play through like the Doom games because I've got like all of them. I still want to do Cyberpunk, which I've been wanting to do for like over a year now. That'd be cool. Yeah, like I've got everything at home that I need to stream with. But I've also just been like, this is the sort of stuff that I could do on Twitch rather than YouTube, but I just don't have the audience on Twitch. But if I started streaming more on Twitch, maybe we could build that audience up. Or do I just start doing it on YouTube? Or do I do it across... I mean, honestly, I could do it across both. Just dual stream and stream on both YouTube and Twitch. And then we can grow both communities at the same time. Might be worth doing. I don't know. These are all questions that I might have to put to you guys over the next few weeks. As we move further and further into the later stage of Pokemon Go. Yeah, we might start adding some new stuff to the channel. I mean, at the end of the day, I've got nothing to lose. And then, yeah, get into starting this second channel up and then working on that. And maybe that can become the primary channel, and this one can just be my fun channel where I just play games that I want to play and go from there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'll discuss it with you guys over the next few weeks when we've got more of the regulars here and see what they want to see. But yeah, I would like to get into playing some other stuff. Like I said, just stuff that I can actually enjoy playing. And then we can maybe do some community gaming and stuff like that as well. So it's not just all Pokemon Go stuff, and just have a bit more fun with the gaming channel. Because I feel like I'm doing a lot of complaining these days. Especially playing, like, we spent a lot of this stream today just going, Pokemon Go is boring, bloody the same thing, Niantic's charging us too much money, blah, blah, blah. So I just feel like it's a whole bunch of complaining. And that's not very entertaining for you guys. You guys want to see entertainment. You want to see people being happy and having fun and laughing and being goofy and stuff, not just complaining all the time about a game. So, yeah, maybe it would be worth adding other stuff. But yeah. As I said, we'll discuss that over the next few weeks. But anyway, guys, I am going to wrap up the stream here tonight right now. We have finished our Spotlight Hour. Unfortunately, we didn't get the shiny, but that is okay. We have a whole bunch of them anyway. As I said, I will be back tomorrow evening for Raid Hour. It is Genesect again, so that's a bit poo, but we do have Raid Day for Necrozma on Saturday, so that should be a bit more entertaining. So yeah, that's our plan for the next few streams. So alrighty, yeah, alright, thank you guys for everybody that has joined in tonight. has been a bit slow, but it's all good. So yeah, enjoy your morning, evening, noon, or night. Stay safe. Happy hunting. Good luck for your spotlight hours. Hopefully you guys will get the shiny, all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys tomorrow evening for raid hour. So wait, I did say my little goodbye. I'm like, hang on. Oh, my brain is. I'm still not recovered from the weekend. I need to start trying to sleep better. That is something that I also struggle with, which is again going back to the whole mental health thing. Not getting enough sleep because of it. So yeah, alrighty guys, I'll see you tomorrow evening for raid hour. Until then, have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Bye. 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 Bye.